Hello and welcome back to the Finish Line, proudly sponsored by Hollywood Best, the home of the Punters Challenge, which, as we record right now, has just finished, and we didn't do well. Well, I didn't do well. Do you do it?
Right. I finished like 31st out of 200 and something.
286.
286.
I was 100 on the button.
Didn't check.
I was up to 7th at one stage.
Not going to.
That bad?
That's maybe 5 places, I think. But that's not going to do it.
No.
You have to get a winner.
What we talk about? I'll see who won it. Tom, while I look at this update on Cotty.
Yes, we have a horse, and that horse has a name now. Cotty. We got her a deal sorted on her and purchased last week, and she goes straight into training with Henry. She's a lovely mare. There's a video of her on our Twitter, shot by Amy Lynham for the sale. She does a very good job, and the mare looks great. She's been second in 2 bumpers. She was disqualified from the second one because the jockey had the wrong license.
That's not good.
No, not. I don't know how that happens at all. But anyway, I don't know. She was then 5th in a listed bumper. She's only beaten 18 lengths, and she was 4th then last day. She had a little bit of a break, and she's been in pre-training, and she's ready to kick on with. So we'll look forward to her running shortly, all going well. If you want to get in touch, give me a shout. She's by Yates as well, who obviously had a cracking Cheltenham. So saw her at a minute, 3 winners at the festival, and she's out of a Flemonsfirth mare who is a half sister to Clube Cove, who Colin Murphy used to like him. So
now see, right there, you're getting better at selling horses now. So you kind of sold the Cheltenham dream there a little bit.
Yeah, a long way to Cheltenham, isn't it? But you got a chance. We've upped our budget a little bit more on this one. So we've now got a horse with very good bumper form. So we'll see what happens.
Second to She Wears It Well now. That's not bad starting already.
Yeah, she was second to She Wears It Well at the Galway Festival on her first start last year. She's clearly got loads of ability. It's just a case of how far she can go for us, really. Looking forward to getting her
right down there.
Got there on Monday. Settling in well, I think, and she'll kick on. Yeah, looking forward to her running in I don't know, probably 8, 9, 10 weeks time, something like that. So,
anyone wants to get in contact with Tom, as always, his email is down here somewhere.
I think we've got names down for like 60% already. So
sell it fast.
Fair to say it's gone well. Yeah. She kind of sells herself, doesn't she? And then with Henry and the Cheltenham he had, and with mares, you're buying yourself a very, very good chance of having a very nice horse. So
at worst, once you're at the stable tour, you get to see Honeysuckle Bob, Envoy Allen, Manila Indo, A Plutard. Who else do we have? She Wears It Well, showing at Austig. Most importantly,
She Wears It Well anyway, unless she's moved from Henry's.
Did I say She Wears It Well?
Yeah, you meant not Tell Me Something Girl.
I meant Tell Me Something Girl. Put the Kettle On. Who else? Loads of them. Loads of superstars down there. One of Dave's favourites. Moon Over Germany. He loves the horse.
He's an absolute idiot of a horse.
He's not fond of him.
The stable tour is going to be insane, lads. And as soon as COVID allows, we'll be having one. So, the stable tour is going to be mental.
It's practically the Disneyland of horse racing. That and William Mullins now. It's the 2 bucket lists you need to tick off if you're a fan of jump racing.
I think, Henry's got the lineup Henry has at the minute is second to nobody. It's unbelievable.
Right. So what we're here for anyway, it's Irish National Weekend, and some people are in contact and asking Dave for a few for the All-Weather Championship that's on Friday and Good Friday, and he's going to give many.
I texted, but I'll give him out again. 4.
I have 2 for what?
I don't know. I need to find the message now to make it easier.
I wasn't told to look at the All-Weather Championships on Friday.
Tom, I had a very long day babysitting kids, and there was 3 other kids running around the place. I
That's a lot of kids.
barely got this done. But yeah, Irish National Weekend. So we're going to do Sundays and Mondays card.
I have them here now. Yeah, that's
we'll do it at the end.
good.
We'll keep them hanging on.
No matter.
I've won for Haydock. If that makes up for Friday, I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't.
Sorry, Tom. My bad. It's not often I don't tell you stuff.
Well, the lads asked me, and I said I'd find it, so I didn't know anything about this, but I'll give them out on this as well.
Hey, you just said you put them out on the show last week when you were asked.
No, I said I'd give them to the group on Thursday, but they're all out today, so I looked today.
Oh, right. Well, give them out
I could genuinely not tell you one horse that is running in that all-weather championships on Friday. I wouldn't know. If you told me to name one, I wouldn't know.
You would. It's actually decent racing.
Aidan McGuinness is bringing over one.
Harry's Bar is running.
Oh, yeah, he's all right.
Right. So Sunday, we're going to start off. I have 2 laptops here and I keep using this too. Starting off with the 2-mile novice hurdles, the grade 2. There's no prices, yes. There's no real decorations, but horses entered. Call Me Lyrene, Cape Gentleman, The Real Deal, The Devil's Coachman. You've the likes of Gabanaco, who fell at the Cheltenham Festival. Master Max She. Echoes of Rain, who's also entered in the Mayor's one. Tom, we start with you. Look, it's hard to know what's going to run yet, or you can kind of narrow down a small bit, but what takes your eye in the first one that we're going to look at? 250 Ferry House on Sunday.
Yeah, as you say, it's hard to know what is going to turn up here. So the Real Deal is obviously entered here, who's had a fantastic season. Be interesting to see if he runs. The reason they didn't go to Cheltenham is I don't think he was quite right. So it'd be interesting to see how he's got back from that. Cape Gentleman is entered here and is also entered in the 2.5 mile race. I see him as more of a 2.5 mile horse, to be honest. Annexation is a horse of Henry's. Like, he's off 131, so I'd actually quite fancy him for a handicap in that. I think he's quite nice. He's quite interesting. Maybe not up to this level, though. The one I'm going to go for is a horse I've liked for a good bit of time, to be fair, and that is the Devil's Coachman. He's only entered in this race. They've skipped Cheltenham with him. They're coming here, and I think they'll get the reward, to be honest. He's got some very good form. I'd say the grade 1 probably came a bit too quick for him. He finished 5th, beating 19 lengths in that, but he's won his next 2 starts. I think he's probably ready for a test like this now, and yeah, I think he's my selection.
Yeah, I'm just going to echo that. I have him as well. Just say what you said. The grade 1 where he's 19 lengths behind, appreciate it. It looked like it came too soon from, but his 2 wins since they've been done quite easily. The winning margin's only been 3 and 2 lengths, but he's travelled through them, he's jumped well, and he's put the race to bed very quickly. It's not the strongest grade 2 in the world, and I think himself, and if Master Max She comes back to any kind of form that showed his handicap win at Leopardstown, which he looked like a very good horse that day, he could play a big hand as well. He's been beaten by Appreciate twice, who we know has gone on to win the Supreme, but I think himself and the Devil's Coachman could be fighting out to finish, but I think the Devil's Coachman just has that bit more. I just said bitch.
Yeah.
I just said bitch.
That bitch.
That bit more quality than Master Max She, so I'd say he'll get us off to a good start on Sunday.
And I think Master Max She is the one to be on. I'd say he wasn't probably fully right the last day. Still good form. It's a grade 1. His handicap form beating Sea Ducker was very impressive. And second to Appreciated before that, and he'll do for me.
Yeah, and
I hope he runs.
The horse that he beaten is Maiden, Atlantic Ferry, who we'll probably get on to later on. She bolted up the time after that, and she's quietly fancy for one of the Mayor's hurdles for the weekend. So I think it's just between the two of them. I hope the 2 of them turn up. So he's entered in 2 races. I'm just looking at here, but I'd say he'll go for that one. He's entered down in Cork and in Ferry House, but thinking of that, It's 2 good runs in Cork. Same way around though.
I think they're Cork-based owners as
Yeah.
well with Master McShee, aren't they? Yeah, so
I hope he runs. I'd be for him if he runs, but yeah, he's doubly.
I'd like to see him run at Ferry House. I still think he's got a lot to give that horse.
I think he's the race here. I think it'll suit him more than the one in Cork. But look, it's as you said, Cork owners, form in Cork. They're probably leaning towards Cork.
Well, yeah, it's a tasty race, that Cork race.
Yeah. But yeah, I think
that
Coachman would be hard to beat in this. And
yeah, same here.
Right, 340. Irish Stallion Farms EBF Mares Hurdle Championship Final. It's a grade 1 over 2 mile 4 for the mares. We have, these are prices that are just on the racing post, so there's no other booking. I just haven't priced up. We've Echoes and Rain is in a 7-2. Rosie Hollow is in a 4s. Rhythm Divine is 11-2. Santa Rosa is 6s. Glens of Antrim 7s. Atlantic Ferry is 8s. Lady Breffney is 8s. Royal Illusion is 8s. Sky Ace is 8s. And 9-1. Bigger Dress. Dave, you love a good filly and mare.
I do. I have 2 in this.
Greedy.
I'll give Sky Ace another chance. She was off since December and then ran at Cheltenham. I said last week I thought she ran well to be 4th. Maybe the break was too long. I think she's worth another go. And then I'll back her each way, and I'll be backing Santa Rosa to win. I talked about her last year on the show as an outsider for the Mayor's Hurdle last year. She came back the start of March and absolutely bolted up in a maiden hurdle. That was probably not the strongest maiden hurdle in the world, but when you go back through her form, she was behind Cole Reevy, Abracadabras in a bumper, behind Mac Fabulous and the Banner King Rebel in a bumper, Grade 2 bumper at Aintree.
Big, bad and beautiful.
Yeah, another good bumper horse that won a maiden hurdle. I think she could be very, very good. There's a few horses in the same colours, Delvino and Avellino and all them kind of ones, but I think this will be the best of. And I'd say you haven't seen her because she wasn't quite right, and they know how good she is, and they've been waiting, and it's grade 1 time now.
Fair price as well, 6-1 on what we're looking at now.
Yeah, I said it earlier in the week to young Aaron. She's
good old Aaron.
She's my main bet, and I wouldn't give up on Sky Ace.
Tom, who are you siding with?
One of my bets of the week in this, Atlantic Ferry. I love her. The way she won, at Limerick at Christmas, and then the way she won again at Navan. I think she's got a lot of talent, this mare. She was 2nd of 20 in a maiden hurdle behind Master McShee after a 402-day break. She's then gone and bolted up by 20 lengths at Limerick, and then she's won a listed race at Navan quite well. I'm really keen on her, to be honest. I think 8. I was expecting to see her like nearly vying for favoritism, and she's 8-1, and I can't believe she's 8-1. I'd be happy enough to take on the mares that went to Cheltenham, I think. And then you're looking at Echoes in Rain has very good form. The 4th behind the Real Deal as well is obviously quite good, and she beat Belfast Banter. She probably is maybe the one to beat, but at 8-1, I couldn't believe it today. I'm very happy to take Atlantic Ferry.
Yeah, this is going to be boring. I agree with you. We talked about already today. Like her form is good. She came back off a mammoth break to be 8 lengths second behind Master McShee. As Tom said, he bolted up then next time and won snugly over 2 mile 5 in a list of race, beating Global Equality, who was ahead second behind Heaven Help Us, who won the Pertemps at Cheltenham. That form alone is very good. She's going to do nothing but improve, and she's very lightly raced. She stays forward in 2 mile 4 or 2 mile 4. I think she's going to be hard to beat. Like, Echoes and Rain would be the one for me. Literally, the prices have just changed in front of me. Echoes and Rain
just changed for me as well.
She's 13-2 now. That's definitely bugged.
Well, she was 8-1 when I said it, so I'm taking that 8-1.
Like Echoes of Rain would be a big danger to me, but the way she races like an absolute loony bin. And now she's going from 2 miles up to 2 mile 4. She won't get away with it. I know she ran a very good race behind the real deal, and she did so well to finish where she did, racing the way she did. I think keenness is going to get the better of her. As you said, I'll be willing to take Rosie Hollow, Sky Ace on the back of their Cheltenham run. It's still close enough to it, and Glenn's Antrim the same. Santa Rosa was one I was looking up as the main danger, and I do think it's between Atlantic Ferry and Santa Rosa, but I think Atlantic Ferry just might pull it out of the bag a bit more, but Santa Rosa is a huge danger. So I think it's between the two of them, 13-2 and 8-1. Be a good race.
Yeah, it's good fillies in it. Good mares in it.
And else in it. You go down, like, majorities are not going to run, let's be honest about it, but you'd expect 90% of the top 9-10 in the market will run.
I hope a good few run. It's not just 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, Sky is, as you said, what was it, December last time she ran for Cheltenham?
Yep.
She's surely going to come on a bit for that. It's only a certain amount you can get them fit at home. I know you can take them away for racecourse scalps and so on, but there's nothing like race fitness. Glens of Antrim, and it's another one that might come on for experience from that Cheltenham run, but she's had to have back-to-back runs now as well. But yeah, I'm really sweet on Atlantic Ferry. I think I'll do the reverse forecast, Santa Rosa.
That'll pay a nice payout.
Yeah, I'm liking that. Hold up. We get going again. 350 is the next one, where we are going for the 2 mile 4 novice hurdle, a grade 2, where Cape Gentleman and the Real Deal are also entered in this. And Gabanaco, one of Dave's horses that he took to this season, Gentleman's Game, Power of Pauses, and Ashdale, Bob, Grand Paradise, On Eagle's Wings, and so on and so forth. This is again another one that there's a good few entered that we don't know will run or won't run. So, Dave, you take it away. 2 mile 4. Who's going to win?
I hope Gentleman's Game runs, and he probably long term is a 3 mile prospect. But typical Mouse Morris horse, he never overtrains him kind of on their first season. It didn't surprise me at all that he didn't bring him to Cheltenham. He doesn't seem to overly be fond of bringing horses to Cheltenham, but he's a really shrewd trainer when he has a good horse, and this is a good horse. He was very good down in, I think it was Cork, and then second in that grade 1 behind Gaillard de Maynil, which is probably a strong piece of form. Vanillier has come out of that race and ended up winning the Arbor Bartlett as well. Statler ran okay. There's a few others in it. I'm sure Holy Macapone is a good horse. I'd be quite happy with him. There's a few in it I like, but he'd be the one I'd side with. Not super strong, because I do think he wants 3 miles, but maybe if they let him lead and set his own fractions, I'd be worried about Cape Gentleman then as the danger.
Now, this is where I think the Real Deal is going to run. And I think he runs here, he wins. I think there's going to be such a pace on that it's going to suit him down to the ground. He'll be put to sleep out the back by Dennis O'Regan. You're probably riding him.
The horses in this, to me, it looked like more like a grade 1 than a grade 2. That Grand Party, I'm nearly sure, was favourite for the Martin Pipe and didn't get in as well. I would have been interested in him in Cheltenham, but the classiest one, I think, is Gentleman's Game.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I don't think it is. I think, like, the Real Deal is a great at winner already, beating Ganapati and Echoes of Rain in that race. The grade 2
it worries me
that
it was all for Cheltenham and he didn't go, and the same. You won't be putting Energumene up either. Like, he's shorter or whatever, but it worries me that he was all for Cheltenham and then didn't go as well. There was whatever was wrong with him. If there was ever was so wrong with him, then 2 weeks later they're able to run.
I think it was just they couldn't get him ready in time. He was grand by the time Cheltenham came around, but
I
they just couldn't
understand
get
that
him.
Tom said that as well, but I don't know. Well, they miss engagements like that, like the big engagement with Cheltenham, and then they're back 2 weeks later. I'm willing to leave him go, but I do like the Real Deal. This is like a grade 1 race.
Yeah, 2 weeks though in racing is a long time, and it's a vital piece of work in between it. I genuinely think he's going to win, and I think he's going to win impressively. Look, the form is there. He's improved no end on over hurdles and on the flash. He's hacked up in a load of races, and I didn't like him up till his win against Ganapati, where he just looked like he was in a different league altogether. He sluiced up.
Yeah, he's very good that day.
I just think that it's going to be a run to suit. Dennis O'Regan can just put him to sleep out the back. He'll cut his way through it, and the long straight up in a Ferry house to suit him, and I think he'll win snugly. He's not going to win by a load of lengths because Dennis O'Regan is on him. What are you thinking, Tom?
Yeah, the one I fancy, I don't not like the rear deal at all. Cape Gentleman, I think he'll run here as well. I think that's his trip. Yeah, Gentleman's Game is interesting. I think he's a very nice horse. I think he's got a big future ahead of him. For me, the one I wanted to have a go at here was Grand Paradis. Has been super impressive in his last 2 runs, like really, really impressive. I can't believe Dave's not putting him up because he's grey.
Yeah, but so is Gentleman's Game. You know what I mean? I'm caught there. Like I have 2 greys. I don't know which one to go for. I definitely would have backed that Grand Paradis if he went to Cheltenham in Martin Pipe. Not the second time he won. The first time he won, I was like, that horse is going to go for the Martin Pipe, and he didn't get in then in the end. But he's a nice horse now.
He ran to a rating last time of 150. Like that's a serious rating to run to. I'm keen on him, to be honest. I think he'll go quite well. Nothing really else to say. He was 4th in his maiden hurdle, which is the only kind of blot in his record. And don't really know why he ran like that, because he's ran a lot better the next 2 times. They did put a tongue tie on him. Maybe that was partly something to do with it. But for me, he's the one to beat in this.
What'd you say again? Grand Paradis. I was just looking at his form there.
Grand Paradis.
Yeah. It's good rating he ran to the last time. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good race. If Gentleman's Game, the real deal, Grand Paradis, Gabanaco and Gentleman's Game all turn up, is going to be one hell of a race to watch.
I wouldn't worry about that maiden hurdle run, Tom. That was kind of around the time that Gordons weren't firing.
He
didn't have many. He didn't have many runs.
First time out for Denise Foster. So
yeah, he didn't have many run well that time around Christmas and stuff. So,
not getting into that now. All right, so I am all over the real deal in this
Gentleman's Game, and yeah, there's actually a few I like. It's like a grade 1, good race.
You like a lot this weekend.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite races for the weekend. If all of them turn up, it's a great race. It'd be like something at the Dublin Racing Festival. No, that's what it is.
Dave's in really good form, isn't it?
He's in great form.
Surprisingly, because it's kind of surprising because I love eating and I'm not allowed to eat today because of a scan tomorrow. I'm fasting and it's making me. Let's just keep going.
He's going to bite.
I have to fast till 2:00 tomorrow.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
It's not fun.
Remind me not to text you or that.
No.
Since when? 2:00 today?
I had my last meal at 4 there, but like I'm not overly hungry.
Biggest meal ever.
Not overly hungry now, but like I know I can't eat, so it's all the food I'm thinking about.
Can you drink? Can you drink
water? Nothing else.
This sucks. Right, moving on. 5:00. What some people are calling the race of the weekend, the 2 mile 4. I used to be called the Powers Gold Cup. Grade 1. We have Energumene in at 4-5 favourite. Latest exhibition is entered here as well as the Irish National at 4s. Asterion Forlange at 5s. Andy Dufresne at 7s. Conflated at 8s. And 12-1 bigger the rest. Tom, we'll start with you this time. Energumene. Miss Cheltenham, we're all sickened that he did.
Yeah, go on.
No, that's all I had. I was going to say
that's all you had. Look, we were gutted that he missed Cheltenham, but before that, he looked very good. He ran at the Dublin Racing Festival, and presumably he just had a little niggle after that. As we're saying, 2 weeks can make a bit of difference, especially when they're fit. It's not. He was fit and running. It's not like he was he was going to need a run, and he missed that, and he hasn't had it. If it was just a little setback, then I wouldn't be too worried. For me, just like looks like an absolute dude of a horse, and he has all year since that day in Goran when he won his novice race. Like, I thought that was a fantastic run. I've been on him ever since, and I think this is his to lose in a big way. Really, I think latest exhibition will surely go for the national. Asterion Phalange is getting it together a bit, but not threatening to go and win something like this. I think he's going to be one of those. He's going to be your melon type horse that is going to be placed in these grade ones, but maybe not quite win them. Andy Dufresne is the interesting one. He skipped Cheltenham again, was third behind Monkfish, and would have a cracking chance in this. Again, it's just liable to be done by one that's a bit too good. I think Energumene will take a lot of beating.
Yeah, I totally agree. I really think the latest exhibition will run in the Grand National, and we get to that when we get there. Asterion Phalange looked like he was, as Tom said, getting it back together. He ran a decent race for going the wrong way around. That he just don't like going that way.
He's a grey moon over Miami.
Moon over Miami.
Moon over Germany. Jeez. An idiot.
I used to love him. He's a grey. He's a head of ball, and he jumps out every different way, and you don't like him.
And then Allen decided to give him a chance to win at Cheltenham, and he still couldn't win.
Yeah, that was nice out of him. I think he'll run a good race. And as Andy Lafrane is the danger. This has obviously been his target all season. Third behind Monkfish. I know he's beaten a long way, but that's good form. But I think Energumene will be hard to beat. And who are you putting up then? Because you're not putting up Energumene, as you just said.
No, not putting up Energumene. I think he's the best horse in the race. But again, it would worry me that he wasn't able to make Cheltenham, and now he's back 2 weeks later. He must have had a little holiday or something. I'm putting up Scarlet and Dove each way. The mare getting £7. I'm fairly sure she was going to beat Colreevy at Thurles when she fell. Colreevy has gone on and won the mare's chase at Cheltenham and beat Ellie May. That's good form. She won a grade 3 chase there at Navan, beating Sempo of Joseph O'Brien's as well, who's fairly quietly fancied, I'd say, for the national.
He's an absolute loony bin.
She battered him, and I'm a Game Changer. And I'm a Game Changer came out, franked that form, I think it was at Wexford.
Thurles.
Somewhere
like that.
A week back. And then she did what she had to do to win another grade 2 in Limerick. But there's substance to the form. The time she fell, she was right up there with Colreevy, and Mount Ida was miles back. She was about 12 or 13 lengths beaten, and they pulled well clear. So I'm quite happy to give her a chance each way price.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout when I look into it.
And I like mares.
Shock.
When they come into form. Okay. When they come into form, it could be just the 12 months that she wins a couple of races, and she might go off the boil. Then it reminds me Shattered Love when she won the.
She's still off the boil.
When she won the Marsh or whatever it was at the time at Cheltenham. I remember saying to you before that I was going to back her just because leading up to the race she was putting a string of ones together. She won that race and then kind of
had enough
after that. She'd pick up a listed race here and there, but yeah, when mares come into form like that, I like to stick with them. I think she's a good each way chance.
Can't knock us, be honest. Nothing there you said didn't make sense.
And I do like mares.
Again, shock.
I was going to ask you, just discard them when they're out of form then, Dave, or is it just when they're on form that you're interested? When they're out of form?
On form. I'm only interested when they're on form.
It's when they start giving out in the stables is when they're left out the pasture.
And they start giving me 3 rings, then it's game over.
What?
Never mind. Moving on.
3 rings.
3 rings. Yeah. 3 rings is a bad sign.
I'm intrigued. I have to find out what this is now.
I
After.
do not know what that means either.
I have a
no
funny
clue.
suspicion I do know, and I'm not proud that I do know.
I think we need to move on, do we? Yeah.
God damn swiftly. Oh, please don't be a mayor on this. We're moving on to Monday. I'm going to start with 350. The 2 mile 4 grade 2 hurdle. Again, no prices, but there's a good little lineup. We have Abracadabras Alakazam is entered here, but it's gets him every time.
Oh, he's such an idiot of a horse as well.
He's entered here, but he's also entered the week after the entry, where it's looking like he's going over 2 mile 4. Why? I don't know. Beacon Age, Kraken Smart, French Dynamite, Grand Paradise is entered here as well. Grand Wa, Hannon, good old Petty Mouchoir. He's going to finish second no matter what. Stormy Ireland is back with William Mullins. I see here. The Bosses Oscar and 6 Shooter and Scarpeter. There are a few, I don't know about entries. You need to calm down for a minute, so I'm going to go with Tom.
I'm all right.
Tom, who's going to win this?
This is tricky.
It's very warm, isn't it? Melting. The fire is too hot there.
See, state-of-the-art heating in this place.
Yeah, I can imagine. This is tricky for me, guys. There's a few in this for a good chance. The Boss's Oscar is probably one of them. Sickened me at Cheltenham finishing second, but there we go. As we say, Abracadabras is looking like he's going to go to Aintree. And the one, if he turned up here, I know it's only 18 days after Cheltenham, but Beacon Edge would have to have a cracking chance, I reckon. I think he would have a very, very good shout. French Dynamite is the other one. Again, Mouse Morris skipped Cheltenham with him. Ran very well the last day. Won nicely, and is interesting up into this grade. The one, like, do you just keep this simple, lads? Do you just back Petit Mouchoir place only?
More than likely,
yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a few in there that, you know, could improve, could run up to their level. There's a few might not run. It's tricky. There's a few in there I like, but I don't know. If you just back, I'd be tempted to back Petit Mouchoir place only. You're going to get a bit of a price, aren't you?
And he looked like he was looking for a trip the last day. He flew home again. Mm-hmm. He looked well beaten and then just stayed on.
Yeah.
Do you think they'd ride him different now?
I don't know, but Tom stole my bet. I was going to say Petit Mouchoir to place.
Well, I'm going to shock a few with this. I really genuinely think the Boss's Oscar is going to win this. It's the kind of profile of these kind of handicap hurlers, like very good handicap hurlers, been campaigned all for the last 2 years for handicaps because they know they're better than handicaps. But for one reason or another, it didn't fall into place. He got hit with a huge mark for Cheltenham, and he done unbelievably well to finish where he did. I just think 150. I think he's better. He's only a 6-year-old. He's going to keep improving. I have no idea what price he's going to be, but it's the kind of horse you look at, and I think just after Cheltenham, these kind of festivals like Aintree, like Leopardstown, it's the kind of ones that have been placing in these big handicaps, and then they go on to win the graded races at these. But if you run them in the graded races at Punchestown, they'd be battered in them. It's just these kind of races I think are made for him. I really think he's going to win. French Dynamite is the other one, as the lad said, that is the danger as well. I looked at this is the longest race I looked at. Every time I looked at it, I kept coming back to the Boss's Oscar.
You could say he's a bit like Sire de Burleigh, couldn't you?
No, he's faster.
The shit I got for that. As in profile-wise, with stepping out of handicaps into graded races.
I don't think he won.
You'll never shut up about Sire de Burleigh, will you?
He didn't win.
Only because of the shit you gave me about him. That's the only reason. I wouldn't even be that bothered about him.
He didn't win.
Second, wasn't he?
Exactly. Yeah, but he didn't win. He got floored by Flooring Porter.
Yeah. And what I got? The shit I got about Allaho. And he won.
You're the only man on this planet that knew what Allahu was gonna do.
No, there's a fella in the group now. Backed him as well. Chris, I think is his name.
You can back him, but yeah. Anyway,
you don't see me going.
I can't understand that performance. Still, I'm after watching it before times.
It's great, isn't it?
I can't for the life of me understand it. It's like all the other horses. It's like all the other horses got killed by a sniper.
He's going to be mine. If you asked me if Cheltenham was on next week, right? If Cheltenham 2022 was on next week, he'd be my nap.
Oh, he's going to do the same thing next year. He'd probably do nothing. He'll run in the John Durkin, I'd say, and he'd be about 5th or 6th on heavy ground. And he'll do the same at Christmas time. They'll probably run him in the Irish Gold Cup again, or Kempton, or somewhere like that. And he'll be 4th or 5th again, staying on.
It honestly makes no sense to me. And then Rachel said I didn't feel like we were going too fast. Like they were going too fast, way too fast. And then I just don't get it.
He's a 2 mile 4 version of Denman. He just goes out in front and he breaks hearts.
Broke my heart, anyway.
He fucking made my day.
Again, back to I hope they don't go try and make him into a 2 miler or whatever.
No, Jesus Christ.
That's his game. Turn up and win that race and bolt up.
He'd be like Alberto's run now. He could make up a sequence of it and that.
Yeah, but Alberto's run won't win the race like that.
I know. Look. Good horse. Where were we? Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Final selections.
I'm going to go, Petit Mouchoir to place, but I also do like the Boss's Oscar. I agree with you on him, Andrew. I think he's got a good chance in something like this.
Petit Mouchoir to place.
The Boss's Oscar. Probably Petit Mouchoir to place as well. Don't be surprised if French Diamond and Beacon Edge are there to finish as well.
Yeah. A good race. There's some really good races.
There is. I just hope they all turn up.
Monday is good now.
Saturday, we do. People are probably thinking, why are you not doing Saturday? Saturday's not even worth doing. Saturday's like the...
Linkfield is nice now on Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday and Monday.
Saturday's the doing something with the kids' day, so you can get out of it for Sunday and Monday.
Correct.
It's Noah's birthday on Sunday.
Having a party?
Oh.
No, we're out in the in-laws' house.
Sound for the invite. I'll do nothing.
It's not a birthday.
On Sunday, don't
it's
worry.
not a birthday.
It is a birthday. You just said it was his birthday.
Yeah, it's his birthday. It's not a birthday party.
Is there a cake?
No.
You're lying.
I'm going to keep you some, though. It's Rocky Road. I think he's getting a fortnight cake. He doesn't watch this anyway.
Oh, okay.
He's getting a big fortnight cake. Big. He wanted that one. He wanted a Rocky Road one.
I want some cream with it.
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Wine?
No, I told you I'm going to have an Aperol Spritz on Monday.
Yeah.
How about that, Tom?
We're having a few.
Do you ever have them?
No.
Oh, Tom, they're lovely now. You're a man, a connoisseur of the finer things in life. Trying out Aperol Spritz. What are you looking at me for?
You can't even say the word.
Trying out Aperol Spritz, Tom.
One of the lads in the WhatsApp group there, he said he put in just before we were coming on that he handed his dad a bottle of wine for Christmas one year, and his dad handed it back to him and said, "You better take that shite." He said, "I love your dad."
I'd be buzzing if I was handing one. I was buzzing. Right, we'll move on. Grade 2 mile 4 chase. Again, no prices. But anyway, we have Animix, Battle Over Diane, or as Days like to call him.
Battle Over Dog Shit.
I just call you Days. It's used to my kids calling you Days. Castle Grace, Paddy, Daily Tiger, Easy Game.
Oh, don't skip over the name of Oliver McKiernan horse. Who is it?
Best Behavior.
There you go. What a name. That's a brilliant name for a horse.
I didn't even see it. Best Behavior, Castle Grace, Paddy, Daily Tiger, Easy Games, Fakia Dudari, Far Class, Dave's Favourite Horse, Moon Over Germany, Ornewa, Dave's X, Shadow Love, Size and Potsy, Snow Falcon, and Spy Glass Hill. Dave Stats O'Keefe. Who wins the 420 at Ferry House on Monday?
You ready?
Oh, say it, God. Dave. Say it, because I want to say it.
I have no idea.
Oh.
Who do you want to say then?
Genuinely. Fakir Dudery has the format and should win it, but he won't win. He'll be second.
Fakir Dudery is, if he's ever going to win a race, this is it.
He won't. He'll be second.
I said this. if he's going to prove that he's not a tripless bastard, this is the day he's going to do it.
I guarantee he'll be second. Something like Moon over Germany will be. Guarantee it.
Just trying to look at the weights here. Carry on talking because it's going to take me a while to read this and work it out.
He should have 100% win, but he won't win it. Like.
He's on a mark of 162. The closest to him is Battle Over Dogshit, and he's not good enough at all. That mark is blown out of proportion. If I
had a Betfair account or whatever to do the laying on, I'd lay Fakir Dudery.
Would you?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on now.
I do think
this could be well in here at the weights.
Who?
1st October 19, Fakir. Oh, no, he gets done. Oh, no, he gets mullered. Oh, because he hadn't won.
Is he just watching a future race or something?
No, I feel like
the Americans.
They've got the weights and then it says penalties and it says to count from the 1st of October 2019, winner of free chases or of a grade 3 chase £3, grade 2 chase £6 or a grade 1 chase £8 extra. So I was like, oh, Fakir hasn't won any of these races. He's just been placed in them. Fakir won a grade 1 at Ferry House on the 1st of December 2019. So
yeah, exactly. Over course and distance.
Sam Crow fell. Sam Crow was beside him and fell. Do you remember him?
No. Yeah, that was it. So he gets absolutely mullered in this race, the poor thing.
He wins it though. He's a lot better.
Moon over Germany or Castle Grace Paddy or something like that. Win.
Snow Falcon. No, he's about 13. He's 11.
What about Dave's Battle Over Dogshit horse?
I just can't take to him.
He got lapped last time, didn't he?
Yep.
He's beat 11 lengths by Allaho. And then he's beat 23 lengths by Min and 6 lengths by Easy Game.
Andrew, he was
beating. He won. He won that day.
He might win first time out again next season, but that's it.
He was beaten 111 lengths by Allaho, not 11 lengths.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. There's an extra one in it.
He was miles back.
Jesus. 111. Here. No chance. Did he run in this and the Marsh or something? Or the Ryanair?
And to be fair, the race he won at the start of the season looked okay at that stage, but the horses in it have been used. Sam Crow was in it and that Easy Game was in it and they've done nothing. So
I can't. On the back of that, there's no hope in hell you'd even contemplate backing them.
That looked like an okay race to start the season when we're getting into the jumps, but it's terrible.
111 lengths. I'm rated 160.
But yeah, I'm opening up a Betfair account and laying Fakir Dudery.
Who has a nice weight and a nice profile for this is Farclas. But Farclas just doesn't seem to win that often, does he?
Yeah, he's another one struggles to get his head in front. Nice horse though.
He comes there traveling nicely and just fails to pick up.
He'll go well in this, I reckon. But Jesus, Fakir should beat him. But
if he doesn't win this now, they should just give up.
That would be my 2 against the field anyway. Fakir and Farclas.
There's going to be an unbelievable pace on. You're going to have Arnua going to go off like a scalded cat. Size and Potsy likes to make the running.
Yeah.
Easy Games can go up there as well. Yeah, if Fakir do that, he doesn't win this now, there's something wrong. Like, his form alone, we just go look at it. 12 lengths behind Allaho in the Ryanair. He was 8 lengths behind Shakan over 2 miles. He was pulled up over 3 miles behind Aplutard. 12 lengths behind Notebook at the start of the season. That's the day I backed him, actually. On that form, he probably wins alone. 12 lengths behind Allaho. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he wins, Andrew. He's only had 2 tries at 2.5 miles, right?
He's won one.
Last day he won a grade 1 at this track by 22 lengths, and he was second in the Ryanair then behind Allaho. So,
like, he has everything go for him. He's a course and distance winner, grade 1 winner over the trip. It's not the strongest race in the world. He could probably afford to give away a bit of weight. He should be winning, realistically. It's horse racing, though, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Now, move on to the Piste de Resistance. The Irish Grand National over 3 miles, 5 furlongs. And prices from Hollywood Bets. Have Tiger Roll installed is 6-1 favourite. Latest exhibition is second favourite of 7s. Sempo 15-2. Augusta Gold, for the life of me, don't know why, that's 11-1. Run Wild Fred is 10s. The Big Dog is 12s. Cocoa Beach 12s. Farclass 13s. Off You Go 16s. Scaria 10. This are all over the place. 13s and 14-1. Bigger the rest. Dave, take it away.
It looks like Tiger Roll is going to run here by the betting. He was about 14-1 yesterday, I think, and now he's favourite. I give him a right chance. If he runs, I love Tiger Roll. So
see Waterworks again?
Huh?
Will we see Waterworks
again?
Yeah.
He won that. Like, he's an amazing horse. I'd love to see him win it. My main each way bet I told you during the week is Barry Connell's horse Espanito Bello.
16-1.
He battered Cocoa Beach and then was again against Cocoa Beach the last day, and they were upsides jumping the last. Fairly sure if he didn't try and eat the last fence, he would have beaten Cocoa Beach that day. So I think if you fancy Cocoa Beach, you have to fancy Espanito Bello. Looks like the triple suit him as well. I respect latest exhibition, but again, I can't get that run out of my head earlier in the season when he was beaten by the
pencil full of lead.
Yeah, that fella. And then the other one I give a shout to is the mare, Court Maid. I think she was held for this race. So ran okay at Cheltenham, but she'd won a handicap before that. She won very well. She likes the course. I would be siding with those 3, but my main bet is Espanito Bello.
I have 3 as well. Look, the main one, I think the most obvious one of the lot is latest exhibition. He's the right profile going into it. He's a second season novice. He's been running in all the right races. He's placed in grade 1s behind Monkfish, sick of looking at his arse. He's rated 153. Last horse we rated 153 on the same kind of profile of him was Urduke, who absolutely bolted up in this. He was placed in a grade 1 and actually won a grade 1 at Ferry House, beating Coney Island. Look, I think the heavy ground done him at Punchestown. I never thought he was a fast horse. I think the step up and trip is going to suit him down to the ground. I can see Brian just having him just behind the pace. I can see him getting a lovely trip around. His jumping is good. I can see him very, very, very hard to beat. I think it's just it's like last week, it's so obvious, it's looking you dead in the face. If you go through him, if you put any of them, I know he's carrying 10 stone 13, which is not a bad weight. That's all considering that Tiger Roll stays in it. Is it too good to be true? Probably not. I love these kind of horses coming into these big handicaps. Second season, it's the same with the Ladbroke or the Hennessy. Second season novice always have a good record in these. Really, really think he's the better race. But some people won't want 7-1 to go in on each way. The other 2 I have, look, the Big Dog, I really like him. I think there's something about him. Jamie Codd is getting down to his lowest weight I think he's ever been down to. He won the trial for this, beating Screaming Colours, who was then 4th in the Midlands National, where he didn't jump a twig to save his life, but flew home. That form is good. I think he needs to be delivered late, because once he hit the front, he nearly pulled himself up and nearly lost the race. He'll be delivered on the button, and it's good that Jamie Codd is on him again, because he would have learned from that. So he'd be one. He's a 12-1 shot. He's carrying 10 stone 5, which is a decent weight as well. And the other one is Home by the Leaf for Joe Sobrine. Another one I really, really like. He bolted up last time out or beating Enjoy Dalan, who was on a good winning sequence, beating him by 10 lengths. He's 3 from 5 over fences. He does jump out to his right, so the return to this kind of track is going to suit him. He's going to be held up. He'll come there rattling late, and I think the long straight at Ferry House will suit him as well. The only worry is his jumping, really, but he's 16-1. I think that is a fair price for each way, but I definitely think the 2 of them will be placed 6 places if you can get them. They'll definitely be placed, but I genuinely think the latest exhibition is going to be so hard to beat in this. So sweet, Anna. What are you thinking, Tom?
Yeah, I wouldn't knock him. I was just scrolling down through some of the bigger prices just to see if there's any down there. There isn't really. Yeah, I wouldn't knock at this exhibition. He's obviously really consistent. He's on some crackers by Monkfish. Obviously a surprise to see him beaten by Pencil Full of Lead, but yeah, look, I don't know. He has his chance. It does appear very obvious. Tiger Roll is Tiger Roll. Like,
the thing that worries me about Tiger Roll is just the conventional fences.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I just don't know whether he'll be as up for it over those conventional fences. Maybe he will be.
He did win the 4 miler. He did win the 4 miler, but he did try to take nearly every fence home with him that day.
Yeah, legend.
He did. He's off 163 here. Don't you just wish they'd have gone to the National?
Like, that was one of the worst decisions, I'd say. I say they're kicking themselves over.
I wouldn't say they are. I'd say they knew exactly what they were doing, but it's just frustrating for racing, really. I mean, imagine he goes and wins this off 163. You know, like, I don't know. Anyway, the one for me, and I'm still sticking with him, is Cocoa Beach. Dave, I know you're on about Espedito Bello, and you know they're relatively closely matched on form. I just think the application of blinkers and the step up and trip, and a big field like this suits Cocoa Beach. He absolutely bolted up in the Tiestas. You could call him the winner miles out. He's only a 6-year-old. He's got some proper form behind Pencil Full of Lead, Envoy Allen, Forza Milan. He got beaten by before he went to Goran, and we were all looking at him saying, right, plot job for Cheltenham, and I was delighted. And then he turned up at Goran and blinkers on, and off he went and bolted up. He won again, beating Espinito Bello. I know the second did, you know, make a mistake or whatever, but it would have been a tightly run affair, and I think he would have got the better of him anyway. He's only 6, you know. I'm still very, very sweet on him. He's off 150. He's going to have to improve again, but I think he can. The one that has a form reversal with it, weight reversal.
Sorry, prices just changed again.
Did they? Jesus. Tiger Roll 11-2. Wow. Run Wild Fred has a weight reversal from the Tiestas of 8 pounds with Cocoa Beach. Now that's a little bit concerning. However, he did win very well there, and on the flip side of that, Run Wild Fred doesn't win very often. Like he hasn't won over fences. So I know he's been well campaigned.
He always seems to hold a bit back for himself.
Yeah, he's just not. I know everyone was putting him up for Cheltenham handicaps, but yeah, he's not. He's just not a horse I trust. I would rather have Cocoa Beach, who's gone and done it in a big field handicap. We know travels well with blinkers on, and he jumps and he stays. And for me, I think he's overpriced. I think there's a couple ahead of him in the market that he should be shorter than. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't see where Augusta Gold 10-1 is coming out for Sempo. I don't get that at all.
The Augusta Gold is coming out of it being first time out for Willie. But talking to horses who don't win very often, that's one of them. Ultra consistent, but that horse should win way more races than it has done.
And if people not seeing Sempo's jumping, how in the name of God is a big 20-odd runner field is going to suit him? I know he's
another one. He doesn't convince me. It doesn't convince me that he's going to go win one of these.
He's well handicapped, but he does need to jump back.
He's jumping his cash. Anything else of bigger prices that you'd like to give a shout to?
No, I would be very surprised if the top maybe 5 or 6 in the betting are not fighting it out. It looks a strong race, not just a wide open handicap like.
Yeah, it's from say home by the lead or court made up. You could 16-1 up. You could probably give a chance at most of them. So that's about a good 1, 2, 3, 4, a good 8, 9. Yeah. Watch something about 15-1 will come out of me now. Whisper in the Breeze now will get about 70 length head start and he won't catch him.
How could you imagine?
That's what he does.
Another grey horse.
Yeah, that's what he does. Final selection, so.
Espinito Bello each way.
Tom?
Cocoa Beach. And the one I'll just throw out there. It's been off for a long time. I don't know if it's running or not. But the each way selection, brace yourself, 33-1 for No Mead.
Yeah. I'm going to go with latest exhibition. Before we go to naps and next best, come on, Sandy, man, down to the all weather. Take your time. No.
I have to get the message again.
Thought you had it.
Yeah, but sure, I turned it off.
Jesus Christ.
Is this like from a text like tipster or something that he's got these from?
No, himself. He wrote in.
I wrote in. The lads asked me to write in the group. So fancies for Good Friday, the 2:00 race. It's the marathon, the longer race. Amtiaz, I think is how you pronounce it. Holly Doyle is on for her retained owner. You know those green silks. I think that has a good chance. In the 3:10, Gulliver. I know some people hate that horse with the dartboard silks. Him each way.
Poofer.
He had a little tune up there last week at Kempton. He was given what does Tom call it?
Educational.
One of them ones. So he's fit anyway. In the 3:45, there's a couple of nice horses running. I know a lot of people like the favourite. The Mighty Gurkha is running, but a horse that bet the Mighty Gurkha last year, Victory Heights. He's in the same Saeed Manana silks as the horse you put up last week. That top rank. Those white with the red sash. I think he's going to be a good horse this year. And then in the final race in the handicap, an old favourite of mine, Oh This Is Us, Richard Hannon's horse.
Flying on the outside late.
Yep. So them four.
Do you know what? I am genuinely shocked that Mum's Tipple isn't on that.
He's running, but I'm not backing him. He's running in the mile championship race.
For what is
his favourite, I think. 3-1, 7-2.
He is not.
He is, of course,
7-2 setting favourites. He's been backed.
Yeah,
he was backed 5-1 yesterday.
No, I got my money back the last day on him. I'm done with him now. That's it. I'm serious. I'm not wasting time with him.
Sure, he's not a mayor.
I'm not wasting my time with him anymore. I got my money back. That's the main thing.
For what it's worth, I think the Mighty Gurkha will win. It's 3-4 the all weather. Last time he ran here it was his debut and he bolted up by 7 lengths. I think this track suits and tight bends. He'll be out in front. I know he's drawn a stall 6 or 7. He need to get over, but I can see him doing who used to win this race the whole time in the green silks. Catchy,
yeah.
I can see him doing that.
What a horse he was.
He'd be very hard to catch around the bend.
An old favourite of yours is running, Tom, in the marathon race, the long race.
Oh.
Ranchand.
Yes.
Yeah, I was looking at him.
He has no hope.
I was actually going to say he has a chance of winning.
Yeah, he does. He actually has a chance. An old favourite of yours,
I was going to write him down.
It's going to be the day he gets the money for you, Tom.
Yeah, he's got a good chance. He took Wellesley or whatever last time.
He did, yeah.
And the other one I have is in the middle distance race is Bangkok. I think he's more or less a banker at the meeting. He's last seen
like that horse for some reason.
No, I don't like him either.
He was last seen in the Saudi Cup when he was 8 behind Misriff, and before that he beat Felix, who was 3rd behind Lord North in Maidan the other day. I think if he's no ill effects from that, I think fighting.
Yeah, his form should let him win, but I'm like Tom. He's one of them horses that consistently lets you down.
But SDS is on him.
I like the Susan now.
Sylvester will drive him home.
I do. I like the Susan. Holly Dial, some jockey.
She's unreal. She's the Rachel Blackmore, the flat.
Yeah, she's unbelievable.
In other news, Princess Zoe's back Sunday, lads.
Is she?
Yeah, she's running Cork listed race.
Lovely.
When is she definitely going hurdling this year? Yeah.
Why is he always? Why does he always do this?
It's weird.
It's a fella that backed him as well. Like,
yeah.
Stop being so negative.
Yeah, but all the negativity then feeds over, and it actually what you're being negative negative about actually happens. Couldn't even say the words there.
Yeah, gone tonight.
Yeah,
the negative Nelly is like,
just being logical. It's just being logical about it.
You said she wouldn't win the Cadran as well, and she did.
I took my tablets a bit early today because
you got loopy.
I'd say that could be the reason I can't even speak.
Next best is what we're left with. Tom, go for it.
He'll say, Dave, you go for it. I'm not ready.
I was just going to say, I just want to check the price. Because the price has changed.
Every Wednesday, have a nap and next best ready. And then he gives out to me about not saying that and about all weather. And it doesn't have to...
I'm ready. I know which 2 horses. I just wanted to check the price because the best odds thing changed right in front of me, but it's still there. There's 9-2 available. And the horse is DBC. First time out for Skeletons last time. Harry gave it a Shan Blue ride, will we say. Got a rush of blood to the head and just started going further and further clear for no reason whatsoever. That was the first run for them. Second time now after a wind up. And he's very well handicapped horse. I think it'd take a world of beating the Haydock. Haydock, 240 on Saturday. DBC 9-2 is my nap. And my next best is Atlantic Ferry in the 320 at Ferry House.
I like the second one. Not so much the first one.
Why you're going to end up hating on this horse now? You're on an absolute belter last time. And you're going to end up hating on him, then he's going to win.
Oh, if he wins, fair play. And Harry Skelton is on. It's like he's on something mental when he gets on front runners. And he's actually not a bad rider when he has to hold up a horse. But when he's what is it? His clock in his head, it must be on fast forward half the time because he must think he's on bloody Court or Star or something when he's up front. Because the fractions just don't match. But anyway, look, he is well handicapped. It's just Dan Skelton worries me. Or Harry Skelton worries me, should I say.
He'd be all right.
What are you going for?
My nap is on Saturday. It's Course Sublime.
Oh, good Jesus Christ.
I thought I'd never put up.
Oh, good Jesus.
But he's back
I'm sorry, what?
Oh,
Yes.
good. Tom, I take everything back I said about DBC. Everything. What are you doing?
He's back.
Just caught my eye and then I heard that out. What? Hang on.
I was shocked it took you that long to cop on. That he's had to say it like.
Course Sublime.
What? He definitely took his tablets too early.
Are you taking the tablets? Are you due some tablets because you took them early, or?
No, I have another. I've some more to take and I go home.
Oh, you need to take them very quickly.
Yeah, you need to take them, Dave.
I think he liked the ground and he's back in a handicap. Not in them hard grade ones that he's not up to the standard of.
Wow.
Course Sublime. That's my nap.
What is going on?
Wow. This is nearly not as quite, nearly as mental as saying Honeysuckle should go for a Gold Cup and Bob Wagner a champion hurdle. It's nearly as mental.
Oh, wait till you hear news in August, my man.
He's the only horse I'm backing Saturday now.
Who?
Course Sublime. Saturday, 4:05.
Don't put much on him, please.
Grade A handicap horse.
Please don't put much on him. Who else is in that race?
He'll travel like a dream. It's just where he wants to do it or not.
Who else is in that race?
Those days are gone. Eclair de Beaufort, Hannon, Power of Pause.
You just skipped over Coney Lyrene there. Pause of pauses.
Power of Pauses.
Power of pauses. What did I say?
Pause of Pauses.
Pause of pauses. Great name for us.
Pause of Pauses. And
no, I'm gone.
I can't next best the 2 fillies in the same race, so I don't know what to do.
I was going to say something there, but I won't.
I'll pick Santa Rosa, even though I'm going to back Santa Rosa and Sky Ace. But Santa Rosa, she's my win bet, so.
Sure you don't want to change that now?
No, of course I'm
sure you don't want to change that now? It's not too late.
It's like the day I said Percy would win and I backed him and he would, and he did. It's like the it's like the time. I was trying to think of Absolute Tom and say it at the same time. It's like the time I said Absolute Tom would win at Christmas and I backed him and he did.
This is not one of these days.
Can I put one up in that 4:05 because I've only just looked at that race now because it wasn't on our list. Is Hurricane Cliff Henry's horse won really nicely last time off 130. He's well handicapped.
He's carrying 8 stone basically.
You're getting worse than me now putting up Henry horses.
9 stone 13. There's just so many good ones, isn't there?
You bet that Captain Kangaroo, who every horse in Ireland seems to beat at some stage. You're right too, anyway.
My two are latest exhibition is my nap in the Grand National at sevens, and my next best is Fakia Dudari. I don't know what price it is.
Lame, Tom.
Who?
Everything is in place for him to win.
Lame. Everything's in place for him to win loads of times, and he don't win. Like,
Wasn't the last time he got really whoop by a machine. Now, we have dilemma about talking points now.
why?
Because we can't really review the Grand National on Sunday when it's on a Monday.
Why don't we just do it Monday night?
We do it Monday then.
No.
No?
No, I'm having a drink Monday. I'm not allowed to do a lot of things. I'm having a drink Monday.
Yeah, so
Well, I'm not walking over here. Like,
I'll get his lift over.
Be all right. I normally do that on talking points. Dave, it works out well.
yeah, but Tom, I'm not walking over here. It's like 20-minute walk. Like,
I'll get his lift over.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So our talking points has been moved to Monday from Sunday this week due to Grand National duties and all that crack.
Oh no. I'm actually-
Jesus!
Sorry, I'm busy Monday. I can't.
How are you busy?
Yeah, I'm busy. I already told someone and I'd do something with them.
Well, guess what that is?
Oh, sure.
It's not.
It's with a Philly.
It's not. It's not, honestly.
It's a lie.
Nobody believes you, Dave.
It's not. No.
Look at me with a straight face and tell me it's not.
It's not.
You laugh and look.
Honestly. No, I can't. No, I can't Monday.
Why? We can do it earlier.
No, I can't. I'm busy Monday.
Just me and you, Tom, so.
This is intriguing.
Well, we can do it Monday, but I just won't be here. Like,
I'm intrigued to know where you are now.
why can't we
Yeah.
just do it Sunday? Like,
Because yours Grand National is on Monday.
Yeah, but then we'll talk about that Wednesday. Because
That's
there's a load of racing to talking about on the Sunday anyway, from Friday.
Yeah,
Saturday.
that is an option. Yeah.
There's a load of grade ones on the Sunday, like.
I love our production meetings on air. They're just fantastic.
It is.
You don't get
isn't
it
it?
anywhere else.
Grand. So we're back to Sunday and we review more stuff on Wednesday when we're doing.
He's going to be happy about this Monday when he has a couple of cans and thinks, yeah, it's nice to
Cans?
just relax.
Cans.
Yeah.
Yeah, cans. A few cans of black stuff. I have to know his birthday all that day as well. I will do a Sunday, Saturday, 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'll be home and all.
So no changes then.
No changes, lads. After all
2
that.
minutes there. If you fast forwarded, you didn't miss anything. Everything's still the same.
Oh,
It's
good
been a
times.
long day.
The production meetings while doing this or while we're live are the best. I love it.
Why not? This is an insight to how we operate. Just wing it. We don't really, but it only dawned on me now while we were talking that the Grand Nationals on Monday. It always feels like a Sunday because it's a bank holiday.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like a bank holiday though because of the way COVID and all that is. You probably think it'd be in your head more if you were able to do stuff. Really,
I've got power tools on order on delivery, and part of me hopes they get here before Friday. Part of me doesn't hope they get here before Friday, and I can have the whole weekend off. So
see, Tom, what you do, you track it, you go meet them somewhere else, you give them to someone else's house, and you get them to deliver it on Tuesday.
Change the delivery address.
That's what you do. It's as simple as that.
Sunday and Monday, then a little bit of brunch before the racing.
yeah,
Couple of eggs, bit of bacon, bagel, glass of red wine.
exactly. That was nice. I had brunch the other day, lads. I
looked
made
nice.
myself a coffee. I poured myself a glass of red wine as I made a coffee, and I ended up drinking some of the red wine before I had coffee that morning. That was a weird experience, to be honest.
What time in the morning was this?
11
Yeah,
o'clock.
no, it was late. It was like 2 o'clock something. Yeah, I just
It's a lie. It's a lie.
It was like 11 o'clock.
it was at 11 o'clock.
Because even Kubo said, I'm impressed.
Yeah, okay. It was early. I had half a bottle of red wine left from the night before, and I was like, I'm going getting stuck into that. I'd finished what I needed to do, and I said, yeah.
I wish I knew that I understood this thing because red wine drinkers, they really love it, don't
Oh, you've no idea what you're
you?
missing.
Really love it.
It was when I used to think that all red wine tasted the same until I went to France, and I was like, oh, okay, this is different. So
I was the same until I went out to Kate's house. Our father is a wine connoisseur. He has a big wine cellar with all. It's ridiculous.
Aperol spritz anyway.
I just love going out there. What are we drinking today, Anthony?
I'm going to get abused in the comments about an Aperol spritz, but I don't even care, to be honest.
Yeah, what is that? It's like something Kate drinks.
It's like a kind of an orangey liqueur thing. But yeah, it's like a holiday drink, really.
Have an umbrella and everything in it.
Yeah, you probably would if you were in Spain. Yeah,
I'll get you an umbrella.
Girly glass umbrella.
Anyway, it's enough of this shite talk. After our production meeting, we have decided that we're going to still be here on Sunday at 8 o'clock for Talking Minds, and we will then review on Wednesday the Irish Grand National and the further racing that happened on Sunday, as well as our preview for the... Oh, wait now. Oh, remember we said...
Production meeting number 2.
Prediction meeting number 2.
What's happening now?
We have a video to do on Tuesday.
Oh, sure, we're doing it Tuesday then, are we?
Yeah.
Come on Tuesday then.
Yeah.
Busy Tuesday, Dave?
Yeah, no
Phillies?
No.
Have
Take a break on Tuesday.
Have a
Busy
Zoom
on Wednesday.
Have a Zoom on Tuesday, but not at this time. It's at like 6 o'clock.
Oh, that's all right.
Mixing it up. Like it.
Cyber. Well played. Something's going on here. Oh, what's going on? Right. We're back Sunday for Talking Points. Then we're back Tuesday where we will review the racing on Monday, as well as our preview for the Aintree Grand National meeting. So the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday racing. So again, that's thanks for watching. Keep liking, subscribing, comment below who your nap and next best is for the weekend and any tips you want to share with everyone else. So we will see you again on Sunday live at 8 o'clock on Facebook and